Kangaroos Played Baseball in My Garden by Tess Grandison, the author. That's me. Pete the Peacock was strutting through the far paddock one golden afternoon when he stopped dead in his tracks. Squawk! There in the very corner of the farm was a patch of land so dusty and forgotten that even the weeds had moved out. "This spot is as sad as a soggy sock," Pete declared, fanning his tail with a flare. But not for long. Pete had a plan. A big, bold, beautiful plan. He would build a garden. Not just any garden, a masterpiece, a marvel, a diamond-shaped floral extravaganza. Pete gathered seeds, wheelbarrows, watering cans, and compost that smelled suspiciously like Boris's breakfast. Bluey sniffed the air. Smells like trouble. Maybe turnip? Josie the ginger cat flicked her tail. "It'll never grow. The soil's drier than my Aunt May's meatloaf." But Pete was not deterred. Monroe the grey cat sketched blueprints in the dirt. Eleanor the tabby cat carefully lined up lavender rows, straighter than a marching band. Serena the black swan placed petals like a ballerina. Boris the bull tilled the soil. Once he remembered which end of the hoe heap was the digging part. Weeks passed. The garden bloomed. Carrots curled, daisies danced, and tulips twirled in a perfect diamond formation. Pete beamed. "This," he whispered, "is my crowning glory." That night, Pete couldn't sleep. He was too excited. He polished his tail, practiced his garden tour speech, and finally dozed off. Morning came, glorious and sunny. Pete trotted down the hill, humming a little tune, when, walla walla bing, he froze. That wasn't his garden music. Strike one! Pete blinked. Home run! Pete ran. And there, to his horror, was his garden, trampled, twisted and torn beneath the pounding paws of a kangaroo baseball team. They were bouncing across the petals, sliding through the cucumbers, and using a sunflower stem as a bat. "Tag him at the tulips," yelled one roo. "Walla whack," shouted another, smashing a watermelon to third base. He clutched his chest. "My begonias!" The kangaroo pitcher spun in a daffodil, wind up, and pitched the beetroot. Whack! The batter launched it into the lavender patch. "Safe!" someone cried, belly flopping into the pumpkin patch. Pete stepped forward slowly. The garden squished beneath his feet. Mushed melon, snapped stalks, bruised basil. The daisy trembled in the breeze. He sank to the ground, his tail feathers drooped like wet spaghetti. "My garden," he whispered. "Gone." Louis padded closer. "They thought it was a baseball diamond, Pete." "A what?" Pete croaked. "They said it had perfect angles and bounce," Josie said gently. Pete buried his beak in his feathers. "This is just not cricket," he cried. "I counted every carrot. I planned every petal. What's the point if it can just be wallabinged into oblivion?" Monroe sat beside him. "Because it was yours," Eleanor nodded. "And because you'll make it again, even better. Don't give up. You can do it." Pete picked up. He could? Could he? He would. Would he? So he did. The next week, everyone worked together again, laughing, digging, planting, and installing a sign at the garden's edge. Pete's garden surprise. No weller balling allowed. And wouldn't you know it, it worked. The kangaroos came back with cameras instead of bats. They bounced politely around the garden, admiring the new design, especially the fence made of upside-down wheelbarrows and the farmer's spotted undies. On the first day of spring, the animals gathered in Pete's garden. Pete fluffed his feathers and raised a wing. This garden was not easy, but We didn't give up, not even after the Walla Walla Bing. Louis barked to Pete the Peacock and took gardens that blew back even better. Everyone cheered, even the kangaroos. Never give up. And somewhere under a daisy leaf, a tiny turnip sprouted, quietly, confidently, like it knew it was in good company. Let your dreams be your wings. The end. If your little one loved hearing me read this book to them, why not let them hear you read to them forever and whenever? Let me show you how. I'll tell you about these books. One day, the bedtime stories may become memories, and the laughter, the snuggles, the sound of your voice reading their favourite book. With Legacy Read-Aloud books, you can turn a simple story into an heirloom your family can revisit. A personalised, interactive read-aloud experience with your voice captured forever. If you'd like to explore more about this storytelling concept or hear examples of read-aloud voice captures, you're welcome to visit my author website at www.tessgrandison.com. I really want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really hope you enjoyed reading this beautiful book as much as I enjoyed writing it for you. If you prefer physical books, I completely understand. I am excited to tell you that this title and a lot of my others will be available in print editions in paperback and hardcover as well. So just check my author website or visit cleverquillpublishing.com. That's a tongue twister. Until then, thank you for reading, and good night.